there will be a winner. This is the ultimate battle of wits, and here we see 20 seconds until the start of play. Who has chosen the white pieces, or who has been gifted by the hounds of fate the white pieces? And we see it's Dubov.
So Dubov once again, win or go home. Well, Karthikeyan can prolong his tournament life with a draw. Easier said than done, though. He just lost with the black pieces. Looked like he wasn't too familiar with the opening. Dubov probably happy to repeat that line and tell Karthikeyan, if you want to defend that endgame pawn down again, be my guest. This time I also have an extra minute. Here we see Karthikeyan not thrilled to repeat that debate. He's already burning time on move 4 in the cattle.
Yeah, and he goes for a more solid approach, as well, so far it's all recommended by you. So you're the big expert here, and we see the queen come out to grab the pawn on c4.
Yeah,
are we going to see
subtlety there? Queen a4 to stop some sidelines after queen c2 and bishop to d2. All of this is still mainline theory. All kinds of funky movers are played here. Pawn to c6 is a big move, but Karthikeyan plays a sideline, or to my mind a sideline, knight b7, allowing the bishop to come to a5, pinning that pawn. And this is supposed to be nice for white. Maybe Karthikeyan's playing his backup line and he didn't know it exactly, allowing Dubov to put some pressure there.
It is a very unpleasant pressure.
This is a typical construction. It looks very strange because you bury your own bishop there on this a5 square. But the important thing for white is to stop this push pawn to c5 forever, ever. And that's the point of white's play. Karthikeyan is playing quickly. I'm not sure if he's bluffing a little bit or if he studied this and thinks it's fine.
Well, he studies a lot of chess. So
yeah,
I'm
12 hours a day.
I'm going to go for the assumption that
very quickly.
he knows what he's doing.
Maybe he did know what he's doing. I didn't. Here comes the pawn break, pawn to c5. And Daniil is starting to take time.
Yeah, nice pawn break. I mean, just making use of the fact that the knight on a5 is a loose piece.
Turns out you can learn more than one Catalan line in 12 hours a day, indeed.
Yes.
We were thinking, so the tactical point is if the white pawn from the center captures that pawn, then the bishop recaptures. If white takes again, the queen takes the horsey that was defended by the b pawn. So Daniil with a decision now, taking time. Karthikeyan confident.
Well, he can't.
We see Dubov ahead in heart rate. That's a rare situation.
Yes, we can see 145. That's very high, I have to
Board
say.
is a little behind the action there.
And
taken on a5.
I have to say, one of my nurse friends is watching the show, and she reports back to me about these heart rates. She says it's not good. Not good to be over 140. Not even worse to be over 170.
Stop the games. There we go. Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn. And if Dubov takes one more time, the queen will take the knight. Black looks to be in decent shape. I was all wrong. Karthikeyan knew what he was doing all along.
Yeah, and looks like a great line for black, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get one of the most favorite things, that he's got his pieces out, he's got the bishop pair, he's not down in material.
He's not down on the clock either. He started with a minute less and now he's ahead half a minute. So Daniil really having to spend some time here to solve this riddle. Currently, I would say Karthikeyan a favorite. Good position.
Great
Head on the clock.
And remember,
it's a draw.
Exactly, Dubov is in a must-win situation, and so that's why he puts his queen on g4 and says, look at that, got the skeleton of an attack brewing. After all, the queen is eyeing the king. It does look a little bit artificial, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's
but in this time control, anything goes.
Not the scariest attack anybody has ever seen. Karthikeyan does bring his own queen out, just in case it's needed there for the defense. And he tried to make something happen, but the knight can jump to this very pleasant square. I guess Dubov will keep pushing his pawn. Now he can offer a queen exchange if you so please. But Karthikeyan has calculated that he can win this pawn. Gives his bishop. If white captures, he will take a pawn. B pawn up. Karthikeyan.
Yeah,
Very close to match victory here. Extra pawn ahead on the clock.
And his pieces That's just so well positioned. You know, take a look at the bishop on b6. It's just bearing down on the f2 point. Now he's centralizing his rooks. Great.
Make a luft,
technique.
make a luft. Yep, he makes
Yep.
a luft. Always important. So there's no backrank mates.
Definitely. And very instructively makes air for the king on the dark squares.
Daniil's trying to regain the pawn, but can he really capture that pawn there on the edge of the board? Maybe his bishop will get trapped. Yeah, he decides he can't do it. Covers the bishop, but that means he has to agree to a very unpleasant endgame, a pawn down in a must-win situation.
Well, we have seen more. We've also seen miracles from worse positions. So don't write Dubov off.
Especially if Karthikeyan keeps taking 10 seconds per move. He should speed up a little bit. He's still ahead on the clock, but not by that much.
And here comes h4. Well, the rook overprotects the a3 pawn.
Put the horsey there. Block it. Also fine. Any move is fine, really. He just has to speed up. There comes the knight.
As you recommended, trade of rooks.
Daniil must be disgusted
No,
with his
but he still
position.
has chances. I mean, he can put his bishop on b7 and go for the a6 pawn.
There
He
comes
does.
the bishop again.
And
It's a
attacking
little
the knight.
slow. It's a little slow. The counterplay is coming. I don't know.
Now
I don't
he-
see a lot of chances
He can
for...
just jump forward with the knight. No, he protects the knight.
But he also can't make
no.
a draw, so if now the rook goes to b2, the knight can just jump back, offering move repetition.
No, but yeah, that's unfortunate. The rook can move to e1, and it does.
Yeah, still, the knight can just go back, once again asking that very same question.
It can also go for to a
Oh,
different
very
square.
subtle, very subtle. Knight to a2, saying, if you move your knight, I will take all your pawns, and if you don't...
He has to. And there the a3 pawn drops. So does the a6 pawn. And if the b pawns leave the competition, the board, I was going to say, then...
B-pawns leave the board, Dubov leaves the competition.
Exactly. And Dubov now, 50 seconds. He is not going to get any increment. He has to play quick chess. He has to hustle
How's the
again
rook to enter?
on the time and on the board. And, oh, this is so bad. The f2 pawn is under attack. He has to step back with the knight. Instead, he defends the f2 pawn with his rook.
Now Karthikeyan has established almost complete control, can start advancing his pawns in the middle of the board.
And Dubov, 30 seconds on the clock. He's not going to do it. Another pawn has fallen. All Karthikeyan has to
he
do is
almost
keep calm.
stepped into the knight fork, but he
Boom.
managed to avoid it. Dubov is giving all his pawns, trying a last-ditch attack, but it should not suffice.
And take a look at the white king. It's on the verge of getting mated. And that's why Dubov is just throwing his pieces forward. He's in survival mode, but it's not
Also out of
enough.
time.
13
seconds versus
seconds.
51 now.
His
There's
only hope is a checkmate somewhere, but it's not going to
shit coming
happen with
here.
the king in the middle. And 47 seconds. Okay, so the only thing Karthikeyan has to
fall
do...
asleep. He has to make any move, any piece to any square.
Dubov is playing with 8 seconds. He will win just by playing
to
random
d6.
moves. He doesn't need to work out checkmate. Okay, now the bishop will come to, I was going to say G1.
Ah, he's put the knight on a protected square.
Okay,
Now he could even exchange his bishop for that
And
knight,
that's
but
it.
he chooses to
Handshake.
checkmate.
Ooh.
Karthikeyan wins.
Takes down Dubov.
The
Top
online
seed.
qualifier defeats the top seed.
I know, absolutely. And what's more, Daniil Dubov will leave the competition. Karthikeyan will survive. Wow. It
That
went
is
all the
a
way to-
shocker. I still can't believe Daniil is out, but give credit to Karthikeyan.